go. Shish is the 10th studio album by the American rock band Portugal. The Man. It was released on November 7th, 2025. To be honest, there's a whole preamble about like what this whole album is about, and like each of these songs have different stories behind them. Blah blah blah. It's too long to read. So Eric, let's just get into like this album. Your thoughts on Shish by Portugal the Man? Uh-oh. Eric, I lost your audio, by the way. Your audio has been cut out. So while we wait for Eric to fix his audio, um, you're gonna leave? Oh, there. See? Well,
Hello.
oh, there you go. That was easy.
I'm back.
We fixed it.
There we go. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully
yeah.
I have.
Yeah, it's all good.
So I haven't listened to anything by Portugal the Man, really. Like I haven't really been
Except
a fan
for except for that big single. I forget what it's called. But everyone knows that song, right?
Which one is that?
The one where he's like singing real high and he's a bald man who's like dancing, right? You know what song I'm talking about.
This one?
That one.
Oh yeah. Give it on a
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So
Everyone knows that song.
yes, okay. Well, this just makes my opinion interesting because I thought that was the style of music that they played.
Yes.
This is nothing like what that is at all.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I this album had a lot of just a lot going on. And I don't know if it was a good thing. I think it was almost like I felt like they didn't know what genre they wanted this album to be, so we're like, we're gonna do all of the genres.
Yep.
It was just weird because like Denali kind of set the tone for the album as most first songs should.
Yep.
And in an album, and then it goes to Pitman Ralliers, and it was like I was like, what the fuck? Like
I swear, I totally agree. I was just like, what the hell is this? What is this like hardcore punk doing on this album?
Yeah, it did not fit at all.
It was so jarring.
So and it just felt like the songs were like, even the songs individually themselves, they were all over the place, right? Like it was just like it would go to one thing and then it would go break down into like almost like a pop kind of like rock sound, and you're like, okay, that sounds good, and then it would just go into like just and it was just like the tones of the guitars, and it was just too like harsh, like in terms of like I felt that this album cover really represented each song, because it was like that person has just murdered this seal just for food, and it was like okay, now everybody's happy that they brought the food, but we're going to go back to butchering it, right? And it's now there were some songs that were interesting. Like I really liked Angoon. I thought that was a good song. It was very unique and it sounded cool. Like it's definitely melodies that you don't hear very well, but it fit. It fit, and it wasn't like this hardcore like punk like craziness. But then I just felt like it was all over the place. It was like the band took a bunch of cocaine, and it was just like they were up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It was just like there's so much going on this album, and I do like my prog side obviously appreciates like all these like different things and trying new experiments and like trying to make things fit. But at the end of the day, the songs were just so disjointed. That's just like, all right, it's impressive that you attempted to like put all these different things in, but it just didn't flow as a song, like a proper song. Especially Pitman Ralliers, that second hardcore punk song. Like, I didn't even like the song. Like, by itself, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a very good hardcore punk song. But then you put that in the context of the album, it's just like, why is this here? It was
Mhm.
like crazy. And then Shish with the super processed high acapella vocals. Do you
Yeah,
remember that? I was just like,
I remember that.
I was like, this is interesting, but also annoying at the exactly same time.
I can't remember if it was Mush or Teonic, but there's a guitar solo that
Oh,
happened,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
was literally like I don't know what the fuck they were thinking and playing. Like I felt like it was kind of just like this guy that created that AI song, and they're like, give him a guitar
Yeah,
and just
just
plays
noodle.
notes on the guitar, and then he has no idea what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
And like he said in that thing, and then that was their guitar solo for for the thing. And it was funny because I was listening to this today, and my wife comes home and she's listening, and she's like, I'm like, oh, how was your day? Oh, good, blah, blah. And then it was like, what is this happening? And I was just like, oh, this is the album I'm reviewing today. She's like, this is a terrible album. This is awful. And it was that guitar solo. And it was just she based her opinion off that album, just based off that solo. Because it was literally like and that's exactly how it sounded. Like I don't maybe they didn't use a guitar. Maybe they just had some idiot, you know, say that. Like I
Yeah,
just
maybe.
because I know Portugal the Man is a big band.
Yeah.
I haven't really listened to them. I definitely like everybody knows that song,
Yep.
that high pitched one, which is just for reference, so people know what we're talking about. Feel it still,
Yeah.
but
Whatever that song's called.
it had no context to their genre. Like this is like I don't even
Yeah.
know if they were like I don't know what we want, but let's just make some noise.
Yeah, it definitely feels it's definitely not a jam band though. It's like
Hmm.
cuz a jam band at least like they sort of have a direction. This album just felt like it didn't have a direction and it felt very artsy, right?
Hmm.
It felt very artsy to the point where it was so high concept that they forgot that, the song has to be good and cohesive, right?
Hmm.
You can put as much prog elements as you want and it could be as like complicated as you want. But if the song just doesn't work as a
Hmm.
song, like it doesn't matter how many bells and whistles you throw at it, it's just going to make it even crazier sounding.
Yeah. Yeah, I 100% agree because, like, if they were going that prog route, it's
Hmm.
like there's a little bit of, like, almost like a mathematical equation that you need to kind of follow,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like they just didn't do that, and they were like, "Oh, like, this noise is big now, let's add that into the song,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah. No, you hit the nail on the head. It was like they introduced elements in like the first part of the song and just never came back to the rest of the song. It just felt like just a bunch of ideas that were thrown on the page and then they just went with that and just
Yeah, they're
never
like, "Oh, it's
returned.
good enough."
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this are like I know there was verse chorus on these songs, but it was like to the point where I'm like I don't know what is the chorus in this song anymore cuz like
Exactly, yeah. Well, I was listening to like Pitman Ralliers, like, and it was like I thought the song was a new song, but it was still the same song.
oh my god, I so found yeah, I definitely found myself doing that. I like parts of the album when you're listening to front to back, I just like sometimes I'm like I think I'm back to the beginning of the album and then I look I'm like somewhere in the middle. I'm just like no, we
Mhm.
haven't gone there. We haven't finished the album yet. There was definitely parts I
Yeah.
was like I think I've heard this before.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was confusing. It was very confusing to listen to. There
Hmm.
was no flow, even with the songs put together. Like you said, like I didn't know what the start or the finish was.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It's just a really messy album, and maybe this is just like what they do because this is their 10th studio album, and maybe this is
Yeah.
just the way they write their music. It's just like a Picasso, like throw shit on the page and like see what happens. which is fine for like, as a creative, if that is what you enjoy doing, just like
Mhm.
idea, and just like whatever. But as a listener, it's like it's pretty difficult listening, I would say, because
Absolutely.
it's just not cohesive. There's no like song or melody or anything to latch onto. As soon as you latch onto a melody and you're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," they move on to the next thing,
I
and
know, yeah.
it never comes back. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, well, that's it then."
Well, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I am interested if we get some hardcore fans of Portugal the Man just rip into us and be like, "You don't get it. You don't understand. Shish is their best work." Like, I wanna know, like, do they all their albums sound like this? Because the 10th studio album, you think that you'd have some accolades to, you know?
10th studio album, you would think the band would have a direction.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like this band has a direction. It's literally just, I don't know.
Like, do
It feels like a jam band, but they're like trying to write like pop songs or something. It's
Yeah,
sort of, right?
exactly. I don't even think they understand what the word progression means.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
Mhm.
I wonder if this is a anomaly in their catalog where it's just like this is the experimental album and whatever, we're just
Yeah.
gonna release it, or if this is like every album, which would be insane.
Yeah, I would be very disheartening. I'm interested to see what album that song is on, that their famous one there, "Feel It Still." Like, is
Oh,
that album gonna be like this? Or is that the song that's, like, different from everything else on the album?
it must be like early in their catalog, I would think.
2017, it says it came out. Woodstock is the album.
It's their eighth studio album. It's 2 albums ago.
That's insane. That is insane.
Interesting.
I feel like that song came out
I know. I mean,
way
2017 was a long
before.
time ago,
I guess so.
but still. Um. Anyways, there's one more point I wanted to make. Oh yes, so like looking at the song titles, they're all very like one word, 2 word type of songs, and like they're not very, uh, I would say common words in the English language. Like, why name a song mush or angoon or denali for that matter?
Tyonek.
Yeah, like
I'm
there's got to be
like,
like a higher meaning to these songs.
are these guys from aren't these guys from Alaska?
Yeah, they're from Alaska.
So I'm wondering if it's like Inuit or Inuk like
Maybe,
words that they're
maybe.
using. And I'm
Regardless.
just basing this off of the album cover.
Oh yeah, maybe. But anyways, regardless,
So,
like I feel like the song titles, because they're sort of like a bit more mysterious, a bit more like high-minded. I feel like there was a greater intention on like what these songs are supposed to mean.
mm,
Like they wrote these songs for a reason. It seems like very artsy type of thing. But the problem is the songs were so disjointed that I could never get to the point of the song. It didn't serve the because the song was so disjointed. It didn't serve the message of the song they were trying to get
well,
across.
yeah, because the lyrics, like, you're not really paying attention to the lyrics because it's almost like
Yeah,
you're being strobe lighted by
yeah,
all these sounds, right?
yeah.
So, yeah.
And on the flip side of that, even without the lyrics, right? Like if you were trying to convey a specific mood or feeling, again, the
Mhm,
songs are so disjointed. If you're trying to convey a feeling of sadness, it's not happening because it's just like
mhm,
it's all over the place and you can't like lock into anything,
mhm,
right?
exactly.
So I don't know. The whole album's a mess. I feel like it's like I know we're ragging on it a lot, but maybe we should give it final ratings and then let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. So Eric, final thoughts and ratings on Shish by Portugal the Man.
I think that this album's so shush. I'm just kidding. Um, I I think you're onto something. Like, I do think that they've had this higher meaning to what this album is, because it seems like there's a lot more meaning to it, but
Mhm.
it's definitely lost in the noise, literally, um, of the album. Uh, I didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy listening to it. I thought it was just a bunch of sounds put together, and
Mhm.
um, definitely, like, my wife was like, just listen to 20 seconds of the song and was like, I'm out. I don't want to listen to this. We're changing it. Siri, play Christmas music,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah. And then so I am gonna give this a I don't even know what to give it. Like,
Because it's so
I'm gonna
good.
give it a 2 out of 10 because and it gets 2 points because I do think that there is a meaning behind this album, like, and I respect the fact that, like, if these guys are from Alaska, like, I feel like it has something to do with that, like, the cultural aspect of
Mm,
that,
yeah, maybe.
like, state, but so I'm giving it a 2 out of 10 for that because I know it's there, I just don't know what it is.
Actually, back to the second track, Pitman Ralliers, right?
Mhm,
It's a hardcore punk song, so you would think there'd be some sort of social messaging or political messaging in there, but it was just
mhm.
so freaking weird that the
Yeah.
message flew over my head because it's like all I could think of was like, why is this here? Why is this here? Why is this here?
Like, I feel like this is what your brain would sound like if it's tripping on acid, like that song.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I'm definitely not giving it a 2 out of 10. That's so low. That's hilariously low. But I get why you're giving it a 2.
Mhm.
I'm going to give it a 6 because
Interesting. A 6.
yeah,
Wow.
cuz as much as I thought this
Mhm,
album was a mess, there were like cool parts to it. There definitely were like cool
mhm,
ideas and melodies. It just never came together. So
mhm,
like just from the pure experimental side, I appreciate that because at least it's not generic pop or generic rock or whatever, right? They're actually like trying to do something. I don't think they did
mhm,
it particularly well, but I still think I still think I would recommend people to listen to this album.
Really?
Even
Really?
even though I'm pretty sure most people will come out of it not liking it,
Mhm.
I think it's still worth a listen just because it's so different compared to everything else out there,
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
right?
I
Like
see what you're
I
saying.
still think it's like something you should probably listen to. Just know that there is music like this is possible. It's
Mhm.
just I don't think it was executed very well,
No.
but
Yes.
it doesn't really sound like anything else that I can't really compare it to anything else.
No, you can't. I just feel sorry for the person that you recommend this to, and then they hate you for, "Why the hell did you recommend this to me?"
Okay, the
Mhm,
caveat is I would recommend it to someone who's like I need to listen to something new or I want to like go beyond what I
yes, I
normally
wanna
listen to.
experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I only listen
absolutely.
to rock. I only
Yeah,
listen to rap. I only listen to blues or whatever and I would need to like branch out. I'd be like
mhm,
give this a shot. Maybe there's parts of it you like and then that's where you branch off to a different band.
mhm.
That would be my caveat there.
Interesting.
So I'll give it a
Okay,
6. I'm gonna give it a
okay.
6 because at least they're
That's fair.
trying something.
That's a fair rating with your reasons. That's a fair rating with
No,
your
but
reasons.
the two like I think
Mhm,
enjoyment a 2 is
mhm.
suitable.
Yeah.
I think 2 is suitable for that.
Mhm.
All right. Anyways, that's our discussion on Shish by Portugal the Man. For those For those of you following along with us every single week, the album that we are going to be discussing is Memories and Empties by Coulter Wall, which is Eric's recommendation for next week. Pretty excited.
Mhm.
Um,
I think you're gonna appreciate this guy.
oh,
He's
okay.
from Saskatchewan,
Oh, nice.
and the only reason why he's famous is because there's a hockey player that really, like, pushed him. They're like, "You
That's
guys gotta
hilarious.
hear this guy," and then he would
That's
invite him
hilarious.
to parties, and then he just became big.
That's
So,
so funny.
mhm.
But yeah, next time we'll be discussing the brand new album by Coulter Wall. Eric, we are on a Monday schedule starting
Yes.
next week. Okay, perfect. So
Yes,
yeah,
we are.
so short turnaround, but we will be back here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast on Monday at 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, all the places where you get your podcasts. Thanks everyone for tuning in for another episode of the Crossroads Music Podcast, and we will catch you all next time.